How did the Norse, a seafaring people from the icy northern reaches of Scandinavia, end up leaving a clear mark on the Outer Hebrides, a group of islands off the west coast of present-day Scotland? The Norse saga in the Outer Hebrides began with the initial Viking raids in the late 8th century. Drawn to these islands in the North Atlantic, the Norse initially interacted with the British Isles as raiders. Yet as the 9th and 10th centuries rolled around, these raids evolved into more permanent settlements. Norsemen, primarily from what is now Norway, began to colonize the islands, establishing farms and systems of governance and intermarrying with the local populace. The Norse did not merely settle in the Outer Hebrides, they integrated. They brought with them their language, Old Norse, which significantly influenced the local Gaelic language. Today, the place names in the Outer Hebrides bear testament to this Norse influence, with many incorporating Norse elements. This cultural integration was so profound that the Kingdom of the Isles was ruled by Norse Gaelic leaders. The most renowned of these was Somerled in the 12th century, a ruler of both Norse and Gaelic descent. Beyond the realm of language and leadership, the Norse also introduced their legal and social structures to Hebridean society. The Thing system, a Norse assembly for legal and political matters, was adopted in some form. Economically too, the Norse left their mark. The Hebrides became part of a vast Norse trade network, which stretched from Scandinavia to the eastern Mediterranean. Evidence of this Norse presence is not merely anecdotal or linguistic, it is physical and genetic. Archaeological discoveries, including Norse-style buildings, runestones and everyday artifacts, paint a picture of a society that was unequivocally Norse, yet increasingly integrated with the Gaelic populace. Further, genetic studies show Norse genetic markers in the populations of the Hebrides, underlining the extent of Norse integration with the locals. However, by the 13th century, the political dominance of the Norse in the Hebrides began to wane. The Battle of Largs in 1263, where the Scots defeated the Norse, was a significant turning point. The Treaty of Perth in 1266 then formalized the transfer of the Hebrides from Norway to Scotland, marking the end of the Norse era in the Hebrides. Yet, the end of political dominance did not mean the end of Norse influence. The Norse era in the Outer Hebrides was more than just a period of conquest and colonization. It was a time of cultural synthesis and significant social change. The legacy of this era can be seen in the cultural, linguistic, and genetic makeup of the Hebrides today. So, the Norse saga in the Outer Hebrides serves as a vivid reminder of the dynamic nature of cultural interactions and the long-lasting impact of historical events. It is a rich example of Norse history, a time when the ice-clad Norse left their mark on these Atlantic islands. Thank you for watching and subscribe for more.